And another portion of the examination that really bothers the King family is the consistent application of missing files. And we've reviewed several of them up to date, but I wanted to go over them with you one more time. These are public files available to the public and denied to us. And the first one was a suicide report, destroyed in accordance with our normal retention policies, January 2008. December 2009, almost 2 years later, Heather Catallo gives them to me. And we are going to discuss the suicide report separately in this presentation, but it falls under the missing file category also. And then the second thing we asked for was the criminal files from Flint on Green and Bush. We're told in November that they're missing, and on February 17th, the next year, 2010, Heather Catallo gives them to me. Public files, available to the media, not available to the victims. Then we have the search warrant. We didn't even think about it till the Attorney General gives Judge O'Brien an order from the 48th District Court saying you can't give this to anybody. And that's going to be a rather extensive presentation later in the procedures. But then this month, April 2013, I got a call from the 48th District Court saying here's the search warrant and the search warrant affidavit. I've been asking for it for almost 2 years. I've been taken to circuit court and the appeals court saying you don't get it, Barry. And suddenly the 48th District Court provides me with that information. And as I said, that will be part of a separate discussion. And we had another interesting experience when we met with Matt Phelps of Investigative Discovery on the national program involving the Oakland County child killer case on Investigative Discovery. When he was here, Matt looked at my 3,400 pages, looked at the suicide photocopies, and said he had seen hundreds of murder and suicide reports, none of which had the victim blacked out. Well, that arose some curiosity in Erica McAvoy, and she wrote a letter to Freedom of Information Act request to the Michigan State Police saying, please provide me with the color photographs of the Bush suicide scene. We don't have them. Response from the Michigan State Police. With my assistance, Erica mailed them back a letter and said, when my mother and I were there on October the 19th, 2009, you showed us these color photographs. And when you provided Mr. King with the 3,411 pages, in December of 2010, it included photocopies of these photographs. Oops! Here are the photographs. Deliberate cover-up, laziness, no excuse. We were entitled to them, and they knew that as soon as they were caught. Another problem that we're going to discuss separately later on in this presentation is the Montmorency County files. That's the county where the Bush cabin was located. And in the reports from the Michigan State Police, there were very few pages about the Montmorency County case. I don't think there were more than 3 or 4. But it did indicate that he had been convicted up there. And that's going to be a rather, another, as I said, discussion procedure later on in this case. But on January of 2012, Kevin Dietz of Channel 4 gives me excerpts from the Montmorency file containing information that caused me great concern. Why were those files missing? Where did Kevin Dietz get them? I understand Kevin, as a media person, has responsibility to his sources, but reading between the lines, I think he got them I think Montmorency County really did destroy the file, but somebody had retained copies and made them available to Kevin. And if so, God bless them. And there was one more area of inquiry that bothered my family, and that's in the Michigan State Police reports. There's a separate reference to 2 polygraph examinations of Vince Gunnels. And the results of the second one are deliberately redacted. And we discussed this previously in the Gunnels portion of this presentation. And you'll recall that we asked for unredacted copies and didn't get them. When the Detroit Free Press filed a Freedom of Information Act request last year, in October, the Oakland County prosecutor gave her the full unredacted results of the Gunnels polygraph, and we've referred to that and quoted you that earlier in this presentation. 6 separate instances of missing files, public records, not available to the King family, available to the media. No explanation from anybody, and I don't think there is one. Not even enough to say I'm sorry.